閣僚退散。
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I want to talk about what is definitely the most hyped tournament of the year. With Evo being oversaturated with there being so many now, and then with other tournaments like the Tekken World Tour Finals being integrated into Evo, it's like, who really cares about all these tournaments? The money isn't really that high. The competition these days is focused on one thing and one thing only, and that is the EWC. The competitors total will be 32, and they will be fighting for a prize pool of 1 million. The winner of this usually walks away with like 250,000, and that will be no different this time around. What I also want to show you guys is this. So this is the players who are currently participating. So the way that you participate, so let me show you this first. The way that you participate in this is that you have to basically do good in previous tournaments. You can see some of those tournaments here that you have to win at. You can see Evo, the mix-up, you have super tournament, combo breaker, DreamHack Atlanta was a crazy one. People was on stage crying and shedding tears because they made it to this tournament. And the Tekken World Tour Global Finals and Evo Japan, right? So the last thing that we're waiting for is the Evo Last Chance qualifiers, and from that 4 players will be selected to participate in this. But before we talk about that, looking at the players who are already participating, you have Ulsan, qualified from last year, and he is the EWC title defender. 2-time champion, back-to-back. There's only been 2 of these before. This will be the 3rd one. Ulsan won both of them previous. So a lot of people want to see if he would do it the 3rd time. After that, you have people like Lohai, Manja. You have a couple of the Pakistanis, Atif, Farzeen, Dejan is in there, Akari, Ni, AK, Hasfiz, Mogul, Arslan, Keisuke. You got some good names on this. And then when you click to page 2, you can see a couple of more names who qualified at the very last second. The last 4 names that you see here are the people who qualified by placing high in Evo Vegas, right? And one of the biggest names to be featured here, like one of the most hyped names, is NinjaKilla, right? The lone American who qualified for this, and I believe Sin may be the lone EU as well. But so far, these are the lone Americans, lone EU, and a lot of people are backing them. A lot of people are supporting them. A lot of people want to see what they are going to do here, right? But as you can see, there is 4 other spots that says TBT. That is to be determined, and that will be determined by the Last Chance qualifier, which will be taking place on July 31st, April the 2nd in Paris. These games usually take place in Saudi, but with everything that's going on in the world, conflict and whatnot, they moved to Paris. Something that I want to highlight is the bracket for the LCQ and how stacked this absolutely is. But before we move on, first, if you're enjoying the video, subscribe to the channel, like, and turn on notifications. But 2, I want to show you guys, this is a screenshot that went viral. It was posted by Tekken Gamer. A recent YouTube video shared NinjaKilla's record against other top NA players. And you can see Fake Taxi is NinjaKilla, and you can see a bunch of other players. A lot of these names I don't know because the pro players don't name themselves their actual names. I think that is horrible marketing when you're trying to look these guys up and see what they're accomplishing, and then their name is something like Turtle, a Turnt Egg. It's like, bro, you guys got to name your names, whatever you sign up as, in the bracket, so your fans could look you up, bro. Regardless, you can see how he's performing against some of the other guys, and I think the only person who comes close to having a positive record against him is Focus CZR. So you can see why a lot of people are hyped about this guy and what he's capable of, and people are just backing him, right? He's bodying people like Shadow, people like Joy Fury, all of these guys, right? So this is an incredible thing that we're witnessing, and we'll see how far he can go in this tournament. Now, for those of you who are wondering, here's how the schedule will look. Over the course of 3 days, it will have a round, it will have a check-in, it will have different waves. It gives you a detailed breakdown there. It also shows you what the prize pool will be looking like from 1st place all the way to 24th place. So a lot of people will be walking away with money from this. Now, what I want to do is take a look at the complete bracket itself. You have 444 people entering into 16 pools. This is a double elimination tournament. When we just scan through this tournament, you can see kind of what the projections are. This website allows you to see kind of who they think will win, and it's interesting to look at that, right? You have someone like XCC. This is a Chinese player who went viral in season 2, and they're kind of considered to be one of the best. I don't know if that still holds up in season 3, but at the time, people was like, yeah, that's the best guy in China. And with, Evo Japan taking place in China, we'll be able to see a little bit more of what their team has to offer, their scene has to offer. And of course, you have people like Take, Tibetano. You got a lot of pros in this first category. The second category, I'll move faster because we have a bunch of different categories. But you have a Bel de Mastro, Pecos, Focus. If you want to pause and read this, you can. The Wood is there, Hopper's there. That's a very good NA player. Let's see who else is in here. You have Edge, Tempest, okay, and then you have Newman in there. You have Jod, which is a very good player from EU, probably one of the best Ninas on the planet. You have Tetsu, Super Akuma, Fake Potter. You have a couple of more names. Crescent, one of the best players in Korea. This guy, if you don't know the name, you will know it soon. Let's see who else is in here. Elias, Bikun, Gosane, one of the best from EU. Kudans need no introduction. Haru, Bilal needs no introduction. You have Double, K-Swiss, King Ray Jr., Shaman. You have Book, Chanel, Ao Richie. You got a lot of people in here. A lot of people want that money. Kakoma, Nia is a up and comer. Nia is I believe she's about 15 or 16, 17. She's a if my mind's not mistaking me, this is a young girl who went viral for beating one of the EU's best. She was picked up by a sponsor, and now she's still competing, right? So this is one of the next generation from EU. So it's good to see her out there trying to travel and get busy, right? Shonen, you have Shell Lang, JDCR is still out there putting in good work. You have Pena, Renucci, iMusician. He's been struggling a little bit in Tekken 8. Hopefully this time he could turn around. I do remember that he won the LCQ of he was going to win the LCQ of the Tekken World Tour Finals, and then he went up against the John, and the John just started grabbing him and throwing him all over the place. And then the Pakistanis made jokes about iMusician that he can't break throws. Like, bro, come on, relax. It's a king player. No one can break throws against the John for that long. He did it to the whole tournament, not just iMusician. Okay, but look, that's my Yoshimitsu downplay. You also have Chikrin, Daniel Model, Kikira, Aquil 9, and then lastly you have Roth, Saint, Nino, DFP. So there may be some names that I missed, but those are some of the standouts that's in this bracket. When we move forward, and this is just heavy projections, right? Sometimes the projections are right, but then sometimes they start getting really, really wrong and really, really crazy. But who is projected to make it into day 2? It's XCC, Take, Raf, Nino, Elias, Bikun, Kudans, Haru. And then if we go even deeper, you have Zabar, Pecos, Chikarin, Kira, Crescent, Double, King Ray. This is very interesting because it's like, what do they use to take this into consideration? If I had to take a guess, it would probably be some kind of event accumulation of like what they've done in the past, because this is Start GG for those of you who don't know what this website is. And players, the pro players, they use this website to sign up for tournaments. So their records are here, their history is there. So this website is probably using a lot of, all of that information of your previous tournaments and stacking it against other people to see, maybe you played them again, maybe you played more tournaments. They're just using all that data to try to see who would win. And what they're expecting for this bracket is The Wood, Pena, iMusician, Tetsu, Book, Ao Richie. Oh, Ao Richie's going to be participating. Okay, we didn't see that name. That's really good. And then you have Edge, Shonen, JDTR, Newman, Jod, Kakoma. Now, what I thought was really interesting is this is the projections for basically right before top 8. So this is top 64. This is right after top 64. And you have some of these names who are expected to go very, very far. XCC, Elias, Edge, Newman, Crescent, DeWood, Tetsu, Kakoma, Chikarin, Pena, Kudans, Book, Wraith, Double, and Shonen. Now, here's where things are really crazy. The projected winners. You have XCC defeating Edge, Zabar defeating DeWood, you have Newman defeating Elias, and you have Tetsu defeating Crescent. The reason why these are so interesting is because when you think about what characters everyone plays, when you think about the matchups and, the good matchups, the bad matchups, when you think about the labbing, when you think about people switching to Kunimitsu, obviously this projection won't be able to be super accurate. These tournaments are always so unpredictable, and it's so wild who is doing what. And one thing that you got to highlight with this tournament as well, because they're saying that XCC and Zabar will go to all the way down to the grand finals, and then XCC will take it. But the thing about this tournament, let's rewind it back a little bit. You got to talk about how much money is being given out. Just to show you guys, I'll go back, rewind the clock to 2025. Look at this. Ulsan walks away with 250,000. This is the most interesting tournament of the year because this amount alone. Low High came in second place and got 130,000. You have CBM with 70,000. John Ding with 50,000. Here's what's crazy about this tournament. Just qualifying alone, coming in 25th to 32nd place gets you 7,500. So just showing up to the final day of the tournament and losing, you still get 7,500. If people can win from the LCQ and make it into the actual tournament itself, they're guaranteed 7,500. And that is why people are going to be trying so hard to win. That is why you're going to see so many unconventional strategies, new tactics, new ideas. You're going to see people going for it no matter what, because every single match you win, your prize almost doubles. 7,000, 12,000, 20,000, 27, 37, 50, 70, 130, 250,000. There's big money on the line, and this is why players love it. This is why the people love it. This is why the intentions are so high. This is why the emotions are so high. It's a real deal tournament with real deal stakes, and the players show up there and they want blood. Will Ulsan be able to win it a third time, or will someone else do it? We'll find out soon enough, but so far here's a look at the LCQ. Please consider subscribing, turn on notifications, and leaving a like on the video. But that's it. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.